Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, and Jarom.
Oh, Zacharias.
Go ahead and start.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome into another edition of the Windy City Bender Podcast. I forgot, what are we even on right now?
44.
44? Ooh, Patrick Poulin.
Timonen.
Ooh, that's an even better one. You're right. It's the chemo. Oh. It's the chemo.
It's the Timonen.
It's the Timonen. It's the Timonen. We should have talked about that before.
Fucking
it's
figured out.
It's the Timonen. Welcome, as per usual. You got me as your host, Andy Poetzy, along with Nolly.
Hey.
And Jarom.
Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
What?
You took his hey.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Guy gets one fucking chair.
it's been a hot minute. We were supposed to do one last week, but I shit the bed. I'll take the L on that one. Sorry, guys.
So right now, I'm the only one not fucking up. And that's rare. That's real rare.
Very medium rare.
Very medium rare.
Very medium rare.
So, way to make me look good, guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, we're proud of you. So,
Thanks.
but yeah, last one was our awesome interview with Nathan Dales, and I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot of compliments on that.
A lot of good feedback on that one.
Yeah, we were just too busy partying it up, with our huge hit, just raging, drinking.
Yeah.
Just soaking up all the compliments that we just didn't have time.
We basically took
and
everything.
then Post fucked us over.
Well, yeah. Yeah, basically.
Because you have like a job or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. But yeah, happy to be back in the studio.
AKA Jarom's basement.
Mm-hmm. Haven't been here too often, but we're here back to back times. So back to back. Nolly, you got to go to the Hawks Convention last week.
I did.
How was it?
I did go with my whole body. It was. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a disappointment this year because
I told you it wasn't going to be.
Well, it would have been. It would have been.
But Scott Foster showed up.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot less people, which was cool. Didn't sell it out, which is kind of where the Hawks are at right now.
There weren't as many people, but there was still a lot. I think,
right? It was still.
Yeah, I was walking around
people.
downtown on Saturday, and I saw a shit ton of Hawks jerseys
all
over the place.
But I mean, they didn't sell out, which usually it takes about 5 minutes when they go on sale to sell out.
They were still advertising at MB the Wednesday before, which was really weird.
Yeah.
They posted about Taze being there like 3 times, like trying to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot less like where the vendors are, where there's like autographs stuff or like pictures and pucks and stuff like that.
Lots of deals going on.
Lot less there, which is disappointing because that's what I'm about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, crazy stupid deals the whole weekend, especially Sunday. It was buy one get one free on half the shit.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts. Didn't get any of it. I bought a hat that wasn't on sale. but it was a sick hat.
But you got a shirt that
hat.
was like 200% off.
Yeah, think the guy at the register messed it up. It was $28, no sale anywhere, and he told me it was $3. I was like, okay, and I walked away, and so I paid $3. A lot of I didn't go to many of the panels, but those are always fun. Second City Friday night, always a good time.
Yep.
That's always a good time. They had they did something different this year where they interviewed players, and then once the interview was over, they reenacted just different stuff, but like put their own twist to it.
Right.
And they had Jamal Mayers up there interviewing him, and somebody asked what the biggest difference between playing in Chicago and St. Louis was, and he just said winning. And then they're like, okay, but no, honestly. And he goes, no, honestly, like winning. What else is there? And I was like, well, I mean, you won, kind of,
true.
but you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just typical stuff. Burrish and Sharp just feeding into each other all the time. Good stuff. And then finally got Patrick Kane's autograph. Finally did it.
He finally got yours.
Not only that,
and he's been reaching out for a long time to get mine. So he finally got a hold of me, and I actually asked if we wanted to switch so I could sit down at the table because I didn't want to get a sloppy autograph. But then he said no, and I was like, well, sorry, bud, no autograph. Maybe next time.
You didn't just get one.
We got 4.
You got 4.
After 11 years of trying to get his autograph.
Yeah.
Fucking hit the bingo.
4 tickets.
Yeah. No, 3 tickets. Just one lucky toss-in, too.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So that was sweet.
Forgot about that.
Then we got Crow. Yuki Haru got his autograph. Pretty stoked about that.
Met JR.
There was a lot. Yeah, met JR. There was a good line for Yuki Haru, too. A lot of people getting Sakura autographs. So the people that were there were smart going after the youngsters.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's kind of... You either get youngsters or the old guys, and then you have to win to get the current guys, pretty much. But... Fuck. Last year I got DeBrincat, and this year I got Yuki Haru, so I'm pretty stoked.
I want to know if they kind of planned on having a lot more of those tickets for like the big guys like Crow, Kane, Taves, for the people that were at the convention, just so they could be like, oh, you guys missed out on the convention this year. Like, I got 3 Patrick Kane autograph tickets type thing, you know?
Well, I was talking to Don Greenhill while we were there, and he said that people in front of him, he was going to go do his, like, you go up and you put your
pass
under a thing, and it says if you win, and then you scratch it. Yeah. And he said it pretty much was everybody was going in and getting the same winners, and then once that winner was done, the next player would come up. So everybody, when he went to go do it, everybody was getting Cam Ward and Chris Kunitz.
Ew.
So he decided not to do that, and I was like, that's a great decision. And he ended up with 1 Taze and 1 Kane. And me, my mom, and my dad all went at the same time. We all Kane.
Got Kane.
So we were lucky to do that. Oh, no, the best part was we had 4 passes. My dad went, he lost. The other 3 won. So typical. But yeah, I got a picture with JR. Just JR being JR. Yeah. So
he's a big podcast guy too, isn't he?
Huge podcast guy. Got a picture with he's rocking the hat while holding the hat, you know, because
still haven't got that email.
No, haven't, but still got the other picture we can post. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you by any chance hear anything about this book coming out, the word story?
They had some of them. You could buy pre-sale there, but they didn't really have. I mean, I didn't walk by and like.
Yeah. It sounds like
look at it about it. It looks really pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Dylan Alexander, and he was somebody else we played with, and he got John Scott has a book, and he was there signing his book, and he got the book obviously, and then got it signed, and they were just talking, and for some reason it came up that Dylan said that he's from Rockford, and John Scott was like, "Oh, do they still have that shithole arena?" and Dylan's like, "Well, I mean, yeah, it's not bad. You know, they could get a couple upgrades." And he goes, "My first time there, I got into a fight with Brian Bickle, and I one-punched him behind the net." And I was like, "Okay, thanks for the autograph in the book." So, I mean, good stories always coming out of it.
Yeah.
Good time.
Always a good time.
Yeah. So, it's fun.
Neat. Well, I thought...
Oh, and when I got Crawford's autograph...
Oh, yeah.
Was it legible? Like, does it...
Yeah. Well, it's just swirls, but it's the same
like...
as always. He was very nice. He was sitting at a table, obviously, and he looked down, sign, look up, look you in the eye, say, "Thank you." And I walked up, and I was like... He was like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" I was like, "No, hey, how are you?" He kind of paused and looked at me again. And I was like, "You feeling all right? Like, what's you gonna be healthy?" Like, he's like, "Oh, I'm working on it." And I was like, "Well, we need you, so please." And then he's like, "Okay, well, thank you." And I was just like, "Okay." He seemed very spacey.
If I was Corey Crawford, I would have played into it like no other. Like, I would have, like, for everybody that came up, I would have been like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, totally, like, eyes crossed, like, just go.
Just have a target on your forehead and have it say Shea Weber's name around it.
Have his name written on his hand, Corey Crawford. Yeah. So he goes, "Hi, I'm Corey Crawford. How are you?"
Like when Thad Castle gets a concussion. He's got all the stuff written down.
Yeah.
So he remembers what's going on.
hilarious. I would have played into it. We had kind of talked about it before, but I 100% thought that they were going to make a move before the Hawks convention,
Yeah.
just to kind of lighten
They
the
did.
load.
They signed Chris Kunitz
Shut up.
and Cam Ward
Shut up. No, I meant like
and Brandon Manning.
the week before is what I'm saying.
Or their
like
Friday,
a couple days before.
going in,
yeah.
and they were gonna like WWE style introduce the new guy coming
Right.
through the curtain, and
Right. So I totally thought that something like that was going to happen, just so they can kind of lighten the load on all the questions that the press was going to give on Crawford and, the pressure on Q and Bowman, like just to kind of lighten the load on those kinds of questions. I thought they were going to make a move, but they never did.
No.
I think it just raised more questions. Even like why, like literally, I know we're gonna talk about it later.
What, that
but
they did make a move?
that they haven't made a move.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like, what's going on? I mean, you've
Yeah.
heard the comments from Rocky that anything less than what they expect, I mean, things are going to
Yeah.
change. But no, here we are.
Guess we'll have to find out.
Yep. We'll just have to figure it out. So
Fucking figure it out.
I can figure it out. Yeah, so I definitely thought that was going to happen. But I haven't made a move yet. And I am not really 100% sure what kind of move they can make at this point because it's just so far down the line in the offseason.
Yeah.
And now Jeff Skinner's off the table. And that was supposed to be like a for sure he's coming here type of deal. And seeing
Well,
what...
it was, but then it wasn't because they wanted Sod.
yeah, and then...
No, but they don't want Sod for Skinner.
Oh, for Falk.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming if they wanted... I'm assuming it would have been something close to what they wanted for Falk. And that Bowman didn't want to give it up.
I don't know.
Yeah, because seeing what they got.
Yeah. I don't know.
They got next to nothing.
That's okay.
I mean,
so-
they got a prospect and 3 picks. I mean, when you're looking at it, it's kind of a lot. I mean, you don't have any NHL players, basically. You didn't get any NHL players for him. But like a guy like Skinner, he's got a huge contract. He only has 1 year left on his deal, and he has a lot of concussion history.
best tweet I saw was, who's got the concussion history, Skinner or the Carolina management?
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, right now the Hawks need their picks. I mean, I know it was like a 4th and a 6th round pick.
It
But
was
yeah.
next year's 2nd, then 2020's 3rd and 6th. Like, this is, okay, so we were talking about it in the group text, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to save it. The reason why I'm not saying, like, the Hawks should be jumping at moving stuff like that, but I think this would have been, it would have been worth it because of the low tier. It's not like it would have been one of our top prospects or one of our higher picks. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like,
But the thing is, we don't need a Jeff Skinner. We need D.
I think we need both at this point.
No, you don't. I mean, looking at the Hawks can be heavy offense. They just need somebody in the back end, especially if Crow's still going to be out. You don't know how Ward's going to be, especially with his comment saying that he's nervous because it's his first time not playing in Carolina in his career.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did he
came
say
out
that?
He said
Before the
at
convention.
I-
No, before the
the
convention.
interview before it or something.
Yeah. He
Jesus
came out and said he's
Christ.
nervous. He is nervous because it's his first time in his career not being in the same place. And it's a big market compared to Carolina.
Do you think that he's legit saying that as I'm nervous, or he's saying that just trying to be like the, oh, this is a change for me kind of thing, and just trying
Well, I'm
to,
sure that's what he's saying. Like, I'm
Right.
nervous about the transition and stuff and how he'll play, but like to fan, that's not.
Yeah, that's not
It's not the way it
necessarily what
comes
you want
off.
to hear, especially after last year when
We
just
need
went
a
through
backup.
shit show. Yeah.
And then
So
him saying,
like not getting Skinner, it's not that upsetting to me because we have so many fucking young guys, unless Bowman decides to keep trading him like Hinostroza. But you need D.
he could have been a good trade piece at the deadline.
Yeah, but then you lose picks, and then what do you get for him? More picks?
Well-
Same picks back?
It also depends to the whole thing. Everything that the Hawks do moving forward depends on the health of Corey Crawford.
100%.
100%. So if they did end up moving for Jeff Skinner, that to me would have said, all right, they feel pretty good about Crawford coming back at the beginning of the season. Feel pretty good about that because we can get away with some lackluster defense with him in the net.
Yes.
We're not 100% sure that we could do that with Ward or Forsberg. Well, we
know for sure. Not Forsberg.
not Forsberg, but we're not 100% sure on Cam Ward just yet. So I don't know. I feel like that also kind of makes me nervous on the Crawford front. But listening to what he was saying, it seemed like he was the one that was trying to be a bit more cautious than management. Crawford.
I feel like just hearing everything from everybody, Crawford, management, all that, I feel like none of them know exactly what's going on still.
It was like they didn't like get together and correlate on what they wanted to say, because Crawford was talking about how, like, I'm progressing really nice, like I'm feeling better. I'm not 100% yet though. Like, I'm still trying to figure my shit out. Training camp, we'll see when that time comes, but the moral of the story is I'm feeling better, which is obviously good signs. But then you have like Q and Bowman going, yeah, training camp for sure. He'll be there. No worries. And it's like, what?
Honestly,
he just said
I don't want him to come back unless he's 100%
exactly
ready.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather lose him. I'd rather have him come back in December and be 100% than bring him in training camp in October.
We could push like November, like mid-November.
I mean,
but if he comes back and then he gets hurt again, that could be it too.
Yeah, that's your season down the drain. You have him come in December. You win a couple games. You come out firing right away out of the gates just because you're fucking stoked and you didn't make the playoffs last year. The players are gonna be fired up. Let's just say the players are gonna be fired up.
Yeah,
Kaner's ready to fucking go.
The other thing,
Brinket's ready to fucking go.
DeBrinket's ready to go. They're gonna fucking come out. They're
Well,
gonna come out firing.
The other thing is, it's gonna take them a while to get back into game form. I mean, at this point, it's been half a year, maybe even longer since he's even put skates on. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months. 6 months since the guy's even put skates on. So
yeah, but I mean, goalies don't even skate anyway. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, if he does hit training camp and he's 100%, why not extend it? Just let him get into his game shape. Let him go through his own regimen to get back into what he feels is comfortable.
Yeah.
Why force it?
Yeah.
I mean, you locked him down last year so that he wouldn't play and get hurt again. So why go into this year and jeopardize 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
When you need him.
The other thing I don't really like about the Hawks goalie situation is Forsberg is going down to the minors.
He would have to go on waivers.
He would have to go on waivers, but nobody's going to claim him. I
don't know.
There's no issues with that.
I think there's still a team that might grab him.
Well,
I don't know. After last year, and most of the teams are pretty much set.
Yeah.
Well, good riddance. We don't fucking have everybody else.
That's another. My question I was going to bring up here.
Well, that's what I was going to go into. Is I don't like that he's being forced down to the minors, and then Colin Delia is now going to be second string after having a high level of play with Rockford last year, being their starters. So,
well, I mean,
and it seems to me that it's kind of obviously they brought Forsberg in to kind of take over for Crawford,
right?
But that's clearly not a viable option at this point in time unless something changes.
Right.
So they kind of changed it to let's see what Delia can bring, and Delia has actually been really good for Rockford down there. He played really well when he was up at with the Hawks. So I mean, obviously it's a small sample size, but I think that could also be a potential option. But they're just kind of throwing him under a little bit more shit now.
Well, I mean, if Crow doesn't start at the beginning of the year, you got to have one of those guys up to back up Ward.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ward. I mean, say Crawford misses 2 months, Ward's not going to take that whole load. 2 months of games.
So I would hope that they.
I'm thinking maybe they throw Forsberg down, let him be a starter in Rockford, and let Delia
I would
come
rather
up.
have it flipped.
Yeah.
Have Delia start.
Okay.
Get some games. I don't know.
Okay, so here, what I was going to ask about this situation, looking at the Hawks goalie situation in their system, say, I'm not saying that I think this is the situation, I mean, but there's always the question if this is possibly the end of Crawford, just hypothetically, are we in a spot where we have that goalie coming in that can step up right away?
No.
And is it concerning at all that there's not really a focus on, trying to find a possible future goalie?
Well, they tried.
Yeah.
They tried.
They tried, and it kind of blew up.
I think they are feeling
I
Delia, like you said.
Yeah.
But another thing is if you keep Forsberg up and let Delia play in Rockford, and he's killing it, and then Forsberg goes down, you're going to keep Delia playing. you're gonna play the hot hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, that could be a strength for him.
Yeah.
Going into it.
Yeah, because you don't want to bring up D'Elia too soon to where he's not ready for NHL play, but you're just like, well, we need you. You know.
Yeah. No.
Don't want to screw him that way.
No.
So.
So you guys see D'Elia as a possible?
I see
future
him.
goalie?
Give him 2 years.
I see him more than Forsberg at this point, unless Forsberg has figured his shit out.
Or maybe since they only signed Ward to 1 deal or 1 year, maybe they're thinking next year bring D'Elia up, let him back up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Should be.
We just need Crawford. That's all.
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
basically what it comes down
Yeah.
to. Is we need Crow to be healthy. So.
And am I worried that they don't focus on that? No.
Because I mean,
It makes
even if you look at it too, Crawford, if he was healthy, I mean, he's gonna be 34 this year.
Yeah.
I mean that's starting to get up there for goalies.
Yeah, but he didn't take over that number 1 role.
He
until
doesn't
he
have
was like what 25, 26 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't have a ton of miles on him.
Yeah,
He does, but he doesn't.
because he only plays like 50 games a year in the regular season, and then obviously a little bit more in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he never really had any serious injuries until
This year
with
past year.
the concussions.
bomb.
Yeah,
I'm more concerned of the D
yeah.
because they just traded everybody away and they
Yeah.
have no desire to go out and make something happen besides bringing in Connor Murphy and
Right.
Brandon Manning.
And it also kind of makes me feel a little bit better that they're not stacking up at the goaltender position, because that probably means
Crow's
that,
done.
Right. Once they start doing that, that means, all right, he's screwed. We're out.
Yeah.
So,
I just think it's a little concerning though that you think one, like what you guys were just saying, one position should be getting built up.
I think we're
and
just so used.
neither are being built.
We're so used to the goaltending position with the Blackhawks being 3 deep.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at one point we had Crow,
Darling and
Darling, Ranta. We had Crow, Emery, and I think Ranta was in the organization at that point
Yeah.
too. I mean, we had Hobby Bull and Huey and Niemi at one point. So we're just kind of used to that that type of
revolving door, pretty much.
yeah. So yeah. Was that it for Hawks Talk? Or do we have something else?
Forsling
Oh yeah. Gus
surgery
Forsling.
on his right wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be out for up to 14 weeks. So let's
That's not helpful on the back end.
Yokiharu is going to get his shot.
God,
No.
it
He's not going to come
It's
out.
too-
Or Yukiharu. I know.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
A lot of people are
They're
saying
gonna do it, but I don't like it.
Him and Boquist have looked so good when they were at development camp. Being said, it's development camp,
Right.
but they said that those two are just
Anton
the
Forsberg
biggest
also looked
standouts.
great in his first 5 games. So
Well, everybody also said that Darling looked good when he was on the Hawks. So remember? Do you guys remember the trade Crawford keep Darling rumors?
Remember?
You remember that? It was
That
awesome.
was awesome.
Because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And also, everybody was fine with getting rid of Ranta. So, I mean, if anything, if you were to make that move, you would get rid of Darling and keep Ranta.
I was so upset when we traded Ranta.
I wasn't that upset.
I wasn't either. Because he wanted to be a starter somewhere.
So then he went to New York.
Would have looked really nice right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Arizona has Jarmelson, so their defense isn't too bad. You never know what he would look like in the Hawks.
And
the Hawks
OEL.
D. I know. And Goligoski.
So no Forsling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Forsling. So who do the Hawks have left now on the back
Right
end?
now
They've got
on their the site, it's Gustafson, Keith, Manning, Murphy, Ruda, and Seabrook.
boy, oh boy. There's one top 2 line defenseman there, in my eyes.
Who?
Dunks.
And
Top 4 maybe.
top 4.
Top 4, bottom 4.
I wouldn't
Or
say
not
top
bottom
2.
I meant like top pairing. Top 2
Top
pairing.
4, I think
No,
Keith is his second pair.
Nah, he's still a first pair. He just needs to
No,
figure out
if you
his
put him
defensive
somewhere
game.
else, he's probably not going to be a top pair.
No, I highly disagree with that.
I highly agree with that.
Okay.
No, but I know what you mean. Out of that group, he's the only one that's capable of being
doing anything.
a top pair. Yeah.
But apparently Brent Seabrook has shed a lot of weight and looks awesome right now in the offseason. So we'll see if that does anything for him.
Taves.
That would be neat.
Taves also looks like in great shape. Like,
yeah, I know you almost got to see him naked.
Yeah. No, like, I know. I mean, he's a professional athlete. He looks in great shape, but it looks like he focused more on, like, before. What was the word? Like he was showing his flexibility and all that kind of stuff. This year, it looks like he actually tried to get stronger. And
it's so dumb. Every year he keeps saying different things, and
No.
it's like, no. Because before, going into last season, he said, oh, I always focus on strength. I always try to get bigger. I've been slow. I need to get speed. I'm going to focus on agility and speed. It didn't work, and now he's like, oh, I'm focusing on strength. It's going to be a different year. That's all. What? That's what you that's what you used to do. What are you talking about? And if that's what you need to get back into what you were being before, that's fine. I get that, but don't make it seem like it's a new thing because that's all you've ever done.
I'm wondering though.
He's not making anything though. Like has he said anything?
People have been going fucking nuts about this.
But this year,
driving me nuts.
He hasn't said anything this year, has he?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Has he? Okay.
Yes. He
I
said
feel
how
though-
he changed up his routine again, and it's like it's not a routine when you do it for one season.
Fair.
Well, now I think you're just kind of being a little too far into it. I mean, his routine, like he's not talking about like a routine.
No, he's talking about his off-season workout routine,
Right, like,
and it's like
He always goes hard in the workouts in the offseason. I think that's what he means by his routine.
yes,
Not so much just
he's going like just saying how he's going from his workout routines being like strength, and now I'm just gonna focus on speed, but now I'm gonna do something different and go strength. No, it's not new. We've seen it before.
I know that's what I'm trying to say. I think he's going in a different direction. Like I think he's going back to his strength, but doing something differently, focusing on something else.
We'll see how he plays this year.
All I was
I
trying
don't
to say is he looked better shape than he has in the past couple of years.
That's
all I
what
was
they
trying to
said
say.
last year, too,
That's all
though.
I'm trying to say.
Jarom's going like
he
he's
looked,
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abs right there.
Two legs.
The pectorals.
He
look
definitely has
great.
2 legs.
Those traps,
If Steves can
though.
look like the best, I mean, Taves looks like better than he has the past couple seasons.
That's good.
For sure.
That's good. How'd Kane look in the locker room?
He
Oh
hasn't been
wait,
there.
He looked great at the convention.
Yeah,
he looked like he had a lot more hair. Am I the only one that thought that?
He's going.
No,
He's going
it
with the
was-
Urlacher.
yeah, he picked
Restore.
up the Eddie Olczyk. Yeah.
No, it was the same amount of hair, just poofier, so it looked full. Like the top was just poofed up.
He's got a wig on.
Yeah.
He's wearing a wig.
I think that Kaner is gonna fucking tear it up this year, though.
DeBrincat,
yeah.
I think, DeBrincat's been playing. Okay, so he's been playing every week for the CPHL, and he's leading the league.
It's
And
beer
he's
league.
not even
goals.
playing that well.
He's
to
not.
be
He's
honest with
playing
you.
50%, and he
Yeah.
looks like a fucking stud out there, and it's fantastic. And I was on his bench the other day, and he comes off the ice after a goal. I'm like, save it. He goes, oh, I got plenty for this year. And I'm like, let's fucking go. Puck drop October. Let's go.
When I got Kaner's autograph, I was, he was signing my picture, and I was like, oh, thanks. You sign this puck real quick. He's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, I'm ready for some showtime this year. He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, fuck, yes. Let's go.
I think them missing the playoffs is probably the best thing that could have happened. To be
We've been
honest,
saying that for the past 3 years, though. Like, oh, you know what? Honestly, getting out of the first round, 7 games, probably the best thing that could happen. Get some juice. Honestly, getting swept in the first round, probably the best thing that could have happened. Really just wake them up. Honestly, not making the playoffs really probably was the best thing.
no,
for 'em.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, the urgency and like the comments they've been saying this offseason,
They said them last
It's-
year.
Yeah,
no,
they
I
did.
feel like it's a different level this year. I feel like it's more.
I'm not going to believe it till I see it.
I don't. I think there's
Correct,
more
no,
of a.
I agree with you there, but I'm just saying though, like I just
Yeah.
feel like when they say it, there's just a little bit more intensity to.
I think
their
there's not
comments.
as much intensity. I think it's more they're embarrassed. They're more embarrassed than they were last year.
They should be.
Yeah,
Because that was an absolute shit show.
yeah.
An absolute shit show. So,
All right, 2 more quick points for hot stock, and we'll move on.
yeah.
Hags.
Panarin said that he would come back to Chicago.
That would be.
I am not a fan of bringing back Blackhawks players, But as long as that is not a shit deal,
Let's talk about that really
I
fast.
am 100% down.
What is a good deal for Artemi Panarin for the Blackhawks? Do you have Cap on the open?
I can pull it up.
What do they got right now? What do
the
they got
Hawks?
open? Yeah.
Well, they open up Hossa.
Oh,
So that
right now,
helps.
as of right now, their projected cap space is just under 5.5.
Well, you have to move somebody, obviously, for
Yes.
that. Just send him Sod.
And plus, we don't. Plus,
Send him Seabrook.
They're
it.
not going to take Seabrook.
Are you talking about trading for him, or are you talking?
Oh,
about,
yeah. No, I'm talking trading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the
If you-
season's over.
Yeah.
Because he wants out.
If you wait for free agency to come up next
He
year,
is-
he's going to get taken in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. Well,
Heartbeat.
no, I just didn't know what direction you guys were going because his
Yeah.
comments were coming back, and I believe free agency.
Well, and the other thing, too, Artemi Panarin literally, like a week ago, came out and said, you know what, I want to be somewhere where there's a beach. And then 2 days ago, he goes, yeah, I'd be open to going back to Chicago. It's like, well,
There's beaches in Chicago.
he was talking more so like oceans.
Ocean.
Yeah,
Lake Michigan's close
Yeah.
enough.
Lake Michigan's deadlier than the ocean. So.
it's true.
So
It's true.
It's like they're not going to be able to afford him because he's going to want 8, 9.
A lot.
He's going to be wanting around.
Unless-
He's going to want like 10.
He could
but he's going to
probably-
get about
he
8.
The way that
Yeah.
contracts are going this summer, yeah.
Which is just so ridiculous.
If he has another season like he's had last year, I mean, he fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the Hawks could somehow swing him at between 6 and 7,
Yeah.
I'd be fine. with
Over,
it. 3-4 years,
I was thinking 5, 6.
4 or 5, I'd be okay with.
6 by 8.
Because how many
Yeah.
years does Kaner have left?
Just close that. Hold on a second.
Because I mean,
They
you
Kane
bring
and Taves
Panarin,
are till 2022, 2023.
so 5 years.
5 years.
So you sign him 5 years, end out Kane's contract with
So at least
Panarin.
sign him 4 years, unless you want to match contracts, or are you saying so we at least have him one more year?
No, it'd be
In 5 years, both Kane and Taves are going to be 35 years old.
And can you imagine Kaner playing with a Panarin still?
Yeah. At that point,
We saw it.
You got to re-sign the two of them at that point.
Kane and Taves.
Kane and Taves. You
I
got to
think-
re-sign them for
I think
at least
Taves
another
might be
3
gone.
years.
Kane will resign. I think Taves might be gone.
Nah.
Unless
I
it's-
don't even know.
I
It's
don't-
fucking so far down the line. Who knows?
I don't think that it would ever be when. I think Taves will.
If they're still there at the end of that
God, I don't
contract,
know.
if they haven't got like traded or something, I think they re-sign and they retire here.
I think Taves is 100%.
Taves might want to go to Winnipeg.
I don't know. I think Taves is going to end here. I think he's going to stay his whole career here. I could see Patrick Kane like last year, like
Buffalo.
yeah,
To party up with the Eichel.
you betcha. Maybe win one more cup because Buffalo's going to be fucking sick. But we'll get to that. In a
Yeah, but
minute.
they're also in Toronto's bracket or division. So
Yep, and I hope they knock him out this year.
they're probably not even gonna make the playoffs. So
Shut up.
Hey, we haven't done this episode. Who's the Toronto Maple Leaf, Nolan?
which end of the list do you want me to start at?
Austin Matthews, Jonathan Tavares, and I also saw Mitch Marner and Freddie Anderson. Who's a terrible
Keep
goaltender.
going. No, he's not actually. It's better than any goalie option we got right now.
Very medium.
Last time I checked, medium goalies get you Stanley Cups.
Not with that defense.
With that offense though, and the defense isn't terrible. You can win the Stanley Cup with that Toronto Maple Leafs team.
All right, let's wrap up Hot
Next
Sauce
year.
real quick. Are they done making moves this offseason?
Yes,
Probably. There's nobody left.
they don't make a move.
Yikes.
They don't make a move till November, maybe December.
After Q gets fired.
After Rocky lays his dick on the law in front of everybody, just drops his dick on the table and goes, "What the fuck's going on?" Just because
I literally just had a picture in my head of Rocky where it's just a law book going boom.
I'm the law, bitches.
What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't think they make a move till November, maybe December, especially if Crow's still not back.
No last second attempt for Pacioretty.
No,
No.
you don't need that. You need defense.
I'm just
I
talking
know,
about
but
what's been rumored.
I'm not
That's-
like yelling at
okay,
you. I'm
Okay.
just saying in general, like people keep bringing up all these fucking players. Oh yeah, it'd be great to get those guys. Yeah, would I like Skinner on the Hawks? Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
4 years ago, great move.
You don't fucking need that guy. You need D.
Yeah.
We have plenty of high prospects, offensive high prospects that you can bring up.
Breathe.
All right, NHL talk. First and foremost, Jarome Iginla. Dunzo.
R.I.P. Rest. R.E.P. Rest easy player.
Rep.
Rep. 'Cause he's gonna.
I don't like it.
Because he's gonna rest now that he's not a player, and rest easy.
Or just give him a video.
Well, yeah, no. Well, we don't have that,
Yeah.
so.
All right. Anyway, Jarome Iginla after 22,
Long time.
20 years, something like that.
Long time.
Yeah.
Do you have his stats? Are you
Pulling
pulling
it up
up
right now.
Yeah. I think it was after like 20-something years or something. Because I think he
What do
got
you guys like? Hockey
drafted
reference
in
or Hockey DB better?
I go to NHL.
Yeah.
Sorry. He was drafted in 95, the
Yeah.
95-96 season.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
11th overall.
He played against the Hawks in that.
He was drafted
quarterfinals.
by Dallas, but never
Yeah.
played for them.
Yeah. Yeah. What a fucking player, though.
Oh, man. Could you imagine him and Mikey Mo together?
Yeah. Oof. That would be fun.
1,554 games, 625 goals, 675 assists, 1,300 points,
He has to be on that list of players who haven't won a Stanley Cup.
and
that 100% should've.
1,040 penalty minutes.
Yeah.
2 finals, right?
One of the just one. Just the one in Calgary.
He didn't play against the Hawks in 2013. No, it was Yager.
No.
It was Yager.
No, because
He picked the wrong team.
he went to Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Pitt. He said he was going to go to Boston. Changed his mind. Went to Pitt. They got knocked out by Boston. Next year, went to Boston and got knocked out by Pitt.
Yeah.
He pulled the Hossa, but
Not
didn't work out the right way.
Not in the
Yeah.
final, and it didn't come out being because he decided to go to Colorado to try and win his last chance at a cup.
Played 95 all the way up until 2013 with the Flames. Then finished out the 2013 season with Pittsburgh. Played 78 games with Boston. Then played 3 seasons with the Avalanche. 82 games his first 2.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Actually-
You confused the hell out of me. He played from 95 until when?
2013 in Calgary.
2013. And he got traded
In
from
Calgary.
Yeah.
2013 was the last time he played?
No,
in Calgary.
In Calgary.
Oh.
Listen with your ear holes.
I thought you were just going over the span of his career. I was like,
No.
no way.
In the 2013 season is when he got traded from Calgary at the deadline.
Yeah,
To Pitt.
okay.
To
I
Pittsburgh.
understand what's going on now. That was confusing.
And he still consistently played 82 games.
Yeah, he rarely ever got hurt.
Even in the end of his career, he was still playing 82 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the last. I want to say he's like one of the last guys left that kind of was able to change his game to stick around in the transformation of the league.
Yeah.
And one of the last few guys that could score 50 goals and just beat the living hell out of anybody on the
Oh,
ice.
man. That fight with Vinny Cavalier.
Yeah. Two captains just fucking standing toe to toe with each other.
He had 50 goals twice in his career.
Still, he had over 600 goals.
Oh, yeah.
in his career.
No, I'm just saying, though, like, he hit that plateau twice.
I see a lot of people saying, like, questioning whether he should be in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
There's no doubt.
No doubt.
Like, you score over 600 goals in the NHL, you're gonna make the Hall of Fame whether you win a cup or not. I understand people's arguments about saying, like, oh, he didn't win a cup, he shouldn't go to the Hall of Fame. But at the same time, it's like, who cares?
When you're going
Yeah,
to the Hall
when
of
you
Fame,
when
it's
you're a
based
good
on
player
what
like
you've
that,
done.
yeah,
It's not
exactly,
like what your team's done.
exactly.
That
And it's the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's not the NHL Hall of Fame,
Right.
And he's won gold,
right.
so
Multiple times.
yeah.
Yeah. Jarome was a monster, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he was. Filthy hands, too. There was a shootout move that I saw. There's a little clip. Disgusting. He had like 15 dekes. Scored.
Won the Rocket Richard Trophy twice in his career. Art Ross once. Lester B. Pearson Trophy once. King Clancy
What's that
Memorial
one
Trophy.
again? Lester B. Pearson.
It is
not most gentlemen
awarded to
player.
NHL's outstanding player as selected by the members of the NHL Players Association.
You're thinking of Lady Bing.
Yeah.
King Clancy he won, which is leadership on and off the ice. No, I know why.
But you know why I'm laughing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
The How I Met Your Mother thing when they're trying to figure out what sex act Robin did
Oh,
with the
the
Canadian
King
star.
Clancy.
The old King Clancy.
But-
with an RV's tray.
Now, if Calgary doesn't retire his number on December 12th, they have to wait till they have a game on December 12th at home and retire it.
Jesus Christ.
Why? Because it's 12-12.
12-12.
Yeah.
12-12 for number 12.
Well,
Well, I mean, look to see if they have a game.
Forgot something else.
Okay.
We talk about.
okay.
Um.
I'll just mention real quick. Since we're talking about retired number, Shane Doan's going up to the Rafters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
February 24th, I believe.
Yeah. That
Against
was
Winnipeg,
obviously,
which is cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that was an obvious move.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody saw that coming right away.
Yeah.
He's like the face of Arizona. I fucking hated him. I hated him.
Yeah.
But it's
you
a
and-
respectful hate.
I
heard
hated
Dice
him,
was
but
saying that too. I never minded him.
no,
I
like I
hated
didn't
him.
like
He was
him,
such
but
a
when there was
jag-off.
rumors of him coming to Chicago, like there's a couple trade rumors. I think was it 2013 or
I have no idea.
one of those
I
years,
never heard
cup
those.
years. He was supposed to be the charity case. I was like, ooh, I actually don't mind that at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I always thought he just bitched a lot and like he always pissed me off when the Hawks played him, but
It's because he was good.
it's because he's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Calgary does play on the 12th of December
At home.
at home.
Oh.
Who they
against
playing?
Philly,
Oh. Scumbag.
but it's a Wednesday.
So
Fuck it. Do it anyway.
fuck it. Do him up.
So let's get into
Do you think he gets retired this year though?
No,
Right away?
no,
who Jerome?
Yeah.
no,
Next year.
Yeah.
Number retired.
Yeah.
Wait a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's technically been out. He didn't play last year.
He tried to.
He tried to come back this year.
Yeah, but
He
he,
was in
didn't
the
play a game
Colorado
in the
minor
NHL.
leagues.
No, Boston.
Was it Boston's
Yeah.
minor league?
He was playing with Providence, or practicing with Providence.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be this year. It would be too soon, I think.
I feel like you just gotta wait 1 year with them being
Little
retired.
grace period, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So let's go into the fact that Buffalo and Arizona are going to be silly in the next
2 years.
little while. Next little while. Buffalo has a chance to make a push this year for a playoff spot.
They both do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Arizona's in the same division as
Yeah.
the 39-year-old LA Kings.
It's so weird to think that those two teams might end up being just monsters
Can you
unless
imagine
they
a
fuck it
Buffalo
up.
Arizona Stanley Cup final?
Oh my God.
Buffalo would watch the shit out of that.
Buffalo would watch the shit out. Nobody in Arizona would know what was going on.
Well, the 18,000 they can pack in the barn would,
Yeah.
because they can sell out once playoffs go.
Yeah, but how many of that are people who are living in Arizona that used to live in Chicago or used to live in...
So what? They live in Arizona and they're watching hockey.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have to technically be
Hey,
Coyote fans.
guess who else is from Arizona?
Shut up. God damn it.
When does he go home to Arizona?
Never. After they win 8 cups in a row with the Tavares deal. But yeah, looking at Buffalo, I mean, they made the move. They picked up Skinner, which they traded away the 2nd round this year, 3rd round next year, and 6th round next year. Getting rid of your 2nd round this year, not a bad move for them. They have fucking 3 first-round picks this year.
Yeah.
That's fucking That's fucking sick. I mean, you just extended Jack Eichel. Huge. They do still have a Poso, who is now 30 years old at $6 million for another 5 more years. So that's kind of a.
That's an iffy one.
But that's the kind of move you needed to do at the time.
Yeah.
He could still play though. I mean, you just brought in Jeff Skinner, like I said.
Huge haul from St. Louis.
Carter Hutton is going to be a monster for
Hopefully.
them.
Hopefully.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Hopefully. I mean, you got
He's-
Pominville, Patrick Berglund. I mean, you brought Connor Sheary over from Pitt, so I mean, you got the veteran presence. You still got Sam Reinhart. Actually, he's an RFA right now.
Casey Middlestad.
Casey Middlestad is going to be sick. And then, I mean, you got Ristolainen on the back end, Zach Bogosian, Marco Scandella. Rasmus Dahlin, ever heard of him?
No, I never have actually.
Okay, well you'll
Where's
see
he from?
you'll see him out there one day. And then like Poet said, Carter Hutton in the back end. So
I don't understand why people are saying that these guys. I mean, I can see this year them not being like a true contender, but
and didn't mention Nylander,
yeah.
huge.
I think people are underestimating this team.
They're like you said, this year, if they don't make the playoffs this year, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they made the playoffs, I also wouldn't be surprised if they made the playoffs.
I think they're gonna end
They're
up
gonna be
being
right
in
on
the
the bubble.
playoff
They're
push.
bubble.
Right.
I think it's going to be like an Arizona type year. Maybe they might start off slow, but then once it gets all clicking all together, they might just be one of the hottest teams that wrap
Yeah.
up the year.
And they brought in a new coach, or was that last year?
That was last year, Phil Housley,
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
who all the Eichel loves. So I mean, that right there is a huge.
it's
win.
gonna work out instead of Dan Bylsma. But their floor is so high with where they're at right now. Like their potential is just unbelievable right now, and gonna be watching them play the Leafs a lot because I watch all the Leafs games, and
And they
it's gonna
still
be just
have
fun to watch.
just under $6.5 million in cap space.
Yeah, well, you got to sign Sam Reinhart still, but he's not going to take up all that.
Notice he really hasn't proved anything too much where he can
No.
say demand high money.
No.
And they need a. Oh, I guess I got the backup here. Never mind. This was on the NHL. Okay.
Yeah, they had Linus Ullmark for one more year. They buried Matt Molson for one more year. And buyout history still in there. Billy Lano.
Oh boy,
Yikes! What a bust!
what a shit show that
What a
guy
bust
is.
after 2010. He was unreal in that.
He was
in that
phenomenal.
final, and then that was it.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything.
But yeah, they're fucking Buffalo did it. That's the thing. If you teams like Buffalo, they went and the Leafs, they went and did it right. They sacrificed a couple seasons, drafted right, got the right prospects, made the right moves, and they're going to be good, and they're going to be good for a long time. And that's what the Hawks did as well.
Yeah.
And that's why looking at Pittsburgh after they won in 2009, they tried to beat the dead horse and just keep making the moves to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then they finally realized you have to bring it up. And that's what they started doing, and then they went back to back. So if you're still trying to beat the dead horse and make something work that obviously isn't going to work, just look around the league.
Yeah.
And Arizona did that as well. And it's frustrating as a fan. We can attest to it.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it in the end.
And Arizona, I'm looking at their cap friendly right now. And of the 25 people that they have on their roster,
Not to mention they traded Max Domi for Alex Galchenyuk.
yeah,
Huge.
of the 25 people that they have on this list right now, 7 of them are former Blackhawks. Bolin, Hossa, Panic,
Two of which aren't going to
Hinostroza.
play a game for them.
Hjalmarsson, Osterley, Antti-Ranta,
And then you have Chicago Void Dvorak.
Yeah.
and Christian Fisher.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, and you just have that kid that's still trying to make it to the show, Dylan Strum. What a joke. But yeah, you also have Clayton Keller. Disgusting. You got Michael Grabner, the guy can fucking jump out of a pool. Just straight up jump out of a pool.
So fast.
Yeah. Legs are huge.
Prison tattoos.
Yeah. Nick Cousins.
I'm taking a look
just
at
look
it.
at the back end. Like we said, OEL, Goligoski, Jason Demers, and Nicholas Jarmelson.
OEL on a great contract too. I feel
5.5 for 8 years.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal contract.
no, it goes up
Or
to
8.25. One more year of
8.25.
5.5.
but
and
still, that's a great.
It's a really good contract.
And then Jarmelson just signed 2 years, 2 more extra years at 5.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of people that they need to re-sign after this year.
But
If they want to.
not many of them are going to get huge deals
I don't know.
because, depending on how they do this year.
Right. So, Richard Panic. I don't know if they're going to want to
he'll
re-sign
be
him.
But they get Bolin off their books.
Right.
Yep.
Christian Dvorak.
He's an RFA though.
Oh, I know.
A lot of these guys are RFAs.
I know. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Osterley's the only other UFA.
Josh Archibald, which they really like. Jordan Osterley. Jacob Chikrin. They definitely need. I don't know. But they're going to have a lot of space, too, like you said, because Bolin's up. Richard Panik's up. That's 2.8 off the books.
I mean,
that they don't necessarily need to resign.
Hossa is a dead contract, too, so.
Right.
That automatically comes
That ends
off.
up being, what, $1 million?
No, the cap hit's at 5.
So right now they're projected. Yeah, the cap hit is 5. So
They only pay him $1 million, but the cap hit's 5.
That's what it is.
So
Okay.
next year their
Yeah,
projected space as of right now with the roster is 22.
Yeah.
Plus whatever goes up.
Yeah.
So yeah, them two.
They have a good year this year. Get some some big free agents that might want to come up.
Which
Yeah.
is going to
Come
be
out
a
there.
lot of free agents next year.
Holy shit. So I'm going to bring that up for y'all.
It's interesting. So I feel like the NHL is stuck in the middle right here, where there's 100%. Everybody keeps talking about there's going to be a buyout at the end. What is it, 2020? Everybody keeps talking about or not a buyout.
Lockout.
Fucking lockout. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
And it's because the NHL is doing so well, and there's so many high-end players, but the cap can't hold all those guys. Like,
Yeah.
when you're getting guys, fourth-line guys that are making $4-5 million, and your top-end guys are making 11, something has to give, because, I mean, you're not going to have these all-star teams. I mean, I don't know how the fuck they do it all the time. Like Pitt, Chicago, like Toronto. Like, I just don't understand how they do it. But they figure it out. But it's just, we're stuck in a time where hockey's on the rise, but the cap is barely on the rise.
Yeah.
But the players are so good. And I'm
Everyone
not
is
saying
free.
players aren't getting what they deserve, but it's because of the cap. And at the same time, when you look at it, they don't deserve more. But at the same time, looking at everybody else, they do deserve more. It's confusing as hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And people were freaking out this year. It went up, what, $3 million?
Yeah. And that's
And
a
people
lot.
were like, holy shit.
We have $80 million to play with, just under 80.
Right. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Like, this is insane. So
Yeah.
when you're looking at the NBA and it's like,
One player makes more than that in a season.
yeah, ridiculous.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And we all know hockey players are way better athletes.
Right. But free agents next year.
Which, the whole point of me saying that was everybody's going to arbitration or everybody's signing one-year deal so that they can move. So, I mean...
Which leads to this incredible list.
And also leads to fucking every team is going to be sick one day.
That's what I'm saying, though, too,
Yeah.
is if they're keeping the cap kind of lower for hockey, is that maybe they're trying... I feel like they want to try to spread the talent out. So
Yeah.
that it's
You kinda
not
have
I
to.
feel like it's kind of like pitch your sticks in and let's go.
Yeah.
So it's like, in theory, you'll have 30, possibly 32 competitive teams.
So it's literally going to be your top two lines are going to be 80% of your cap.
Yeah.
And then your bottom two lines are just going to be prospects that might not even be ready for the show.
Yeah.
So this list. Jason Spezza, Sergei Bobrovsky, Mark Stone, Pekka Rinne, Erik Karlsson, Jordan Eberle, Matt Duchene, Joe Pavelski, Artemi Panarin, Semyon Varlamov, Tyler Sagan, Jeff Skinner, Mike Smith, Blake Wheeler, Jason Pominville, Tyler Myers, Jay Bomeister, Jimmy Howard, Kevin Hayes, Derek Brassard, Joe Thornton, Matt Molson, Nick Cronwall, which he'll probably just retire, Gus Nyquist, Yori Laterra, Matt Zuccarello, Justin Williams, Brock Nelson, Jake Gardner, Wayne Simmons, Anders Lee. Ridiculous names on this list.
Yeah.
Ridiculous names on this list.
And we don't even know how many more they're going to
Fucking
be.
Ryan Ellis.
Yeah, Ryan Ellis
Ooh,
is
that's gonna
huge.
be a big one.
Yeah. We don't even know how many more there are going to be because there's still guys that might go to arbitration
Yeah.
this year that are going to sign one-year deals. So,
I don't know how this list is sorted because it's not numerically. It's not.
Whoever made it was just like, oh my God, and just starts throwing all the
it's
names
like-
down.
I'm just start typing names.
It's by cap hit.
Okay.
Oh my God, Jason Spetz is making $7.5 million.
Yeah.
Holy shit! At 35 years old.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't expect that ever again.
But I mean, that's so
a lot
many
of big names,
players
but also a lot of those are like players that are
At the end of
at
their
the
career.
end.
peaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Pecorine, he's
Yeah.
not going to get a ton.
Yeah.
He'll get. I mean, he'll.
He'll get a decent amount. He'll not
I
get a
feel
ton.
Pecorine will
It'll
be
be
signing
like
a contract that
three
will
or
be
four.
like, well, we'll be talking about this time next year. Shouldn't you've gotten
Why,
that?
why did they do
Like-
that? Yeah.
But also, guy hasn't proven himself in the
Yeah.
playoffs. In the playoffs.
I mean, yes and no. He was very average last year in the playoffs. And then in the final the year before,
In the playoffs up until the final, he was good.
there were even times in the final where it was
Times.
he was phenomenal. Like specifically games 3 and 4 at home. He was
Times.
incredible. But for some
Times.
reason on the road, he couldn't figure it
Yeah.
out. And
I don't know.
I still can't believe he's as old as he is. 35.
Yeah. Well,
It's crazy.
same age as Crow, almost a year older.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Crow's 33. Gonna be 34?
He'll be 34.
So
Yeah. December.
just over a year.
December 31st.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be next. Fuck. We thought this offseason was wild.
Yeah.
Next offseason.
It's gonna be. I might just have to take. We might have to take the day off on July 1st. Just to,
Yeah.
It's gonna be though.
Hopefully
like,
it's on a weekend.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if you guys, but I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see the approach all these players take next off season too.
Yeah.
With the possibility of the
Buyout.
Not only that.
lockout.
Lockout. Fuck.
Yeah. Not only
Guys keep getting bought out. I fucking.
Not only that, but trades too
Yeah.
happening during the year. Trade deadline this year might be fucking insane.
Picks are gonna be flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Players aren't gonna re-sign to where they got traded to. It's just. Wow.
It's gonna be like a war zone.
It's gonna be.
Shit's gonna be flying all over the
Nets
place.
gonna
Nets
be
off
nuts.
season is gonna be. I feel it's just gonna be a whole new NHL.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, fucking back to back, we thought couldn't get any crazier after
Yeah.
the expansion draft and then the Tavares sweepstakes and everything else that
Yeah.
was going on, and now we got this coming up next year. So it's a fun time to be a hockey fan.
Yeah.
It's also nerve wracking and terrifying because you have no idea what the fuck's
Possible
gonna
lockout,
happen.
and then after the lockout,
Yeah.
Seattle probably will be
Yeah.
the team.
And that's gonna even raise a cap more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Having that team.
But
in
also,
there, too.
how do you go from expanding with another team, having that team go to the final, having hockey as being successful as it is, to a lockout, and then right after the lockout, probably another expansion team? It's like,
Yeah.
It's just because
fucking figure it out, owners.
it's just it's just
Fucking
the
figure it
money. It's
out.
just how they want to fucking
Yeah.
give the money out, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, and I mean, sure, there's gonna be rules and shit too.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how many rules they need. Goalie
I don't-
equipment. It's gonna be goalie equipment.
yeah, I don't think.
Maybe
I think
bigger
that
nets.
How else do you show? How,
I don't know.
How else
I
do you
don't.
shape down goalie equipment?
I don't know. It's
No
Scott-
helmets.
Scott, yeah, no buckies.
Yeah.
Tarps off, boys. Scott Darling said it best. It's like they're getting penalized for being the best,
Yeah.
being the best that they can best possibly be, and
Yeah.
they're getting penalized for it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely no sense.
yeah, I think the lockout is less likely this year because I feel like, or next year, is that I think there's less questions about what's going on than there have been in the last two.
Yeah, you heard rumblings about the past two lockouts for like years
Yeah,
prior to it, and there really hasn't been too much.
and I think there's even
I
been.
feel like I hear it all the time.
I feel like there's been
Everybody
comments
says-
already that the players are willing to talk earlier than they have in past to
Yeah.
just avoid it.
yeah.
I feel like the players always do their best though, and then it's just the owners like, nah, fuck you.
Was it
Yeah.
Don Fear that they brought in, or whoever that guy?
Guy
that they,
Fiero
yeah, whoever they brought in to like represent them does a
Cook-
great
cook
job
cake.
with it.
just
Can't
ate some
remember his
food in
name
front
now.
of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did it with
Cookie
baseball.
cake.
He used to be work with baseball.
So speaking of reasons that they would go to a lockout,
It is Don Fear.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
guys like Tom Wilson
Ugh,
getting contracts like they're getting.
what an absolute fucking joke.
So, yeah,
What would you rather have? That contract or the Bickle contract?
Neither. Like that's the
yeah,
thing.
that's fucking
Like,
so shitty. Bickle, because it was less and it was a shorter contract.
Yeah, I would say on that
Gotta be.
terms, yeah, but I would say Wilson though, just because I feel Wilson's the better player than Bickle was. Not much.
No, he absolutely,
He's more consistent. I mean,
He is 100% a better player than Brian Bickle.
Consistent?
consistently
Doubtful.
does the same thing.
He had his most points he had ever in a season was at 30, and he had 15 in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Just want to pull stuff up.
Not consistent. He does not consistently get points, and he was on the top line. You don't know how long that's going to last.
He's been on the top line before, though.
Yeah, and it didn't last.
Yeah. Well,
And
now
it
he
finally
finally
clicked.
figured it out.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
we'll
he's
see.
So you don't know if he can do it again. Though.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
consistently putting up the same numbers.
Yeah, 20 points. Sick. For
Yeah,
$6
consistently
million?
putting up the same numbers and getting $6 million.
No, I'm not saying at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying though, where Bickle, the only thing he was good in the for what 2 playoffs, and the rest of the season he was nowhere
He was
to be
consistently average.
Yeah. He was
AKA
actually
Tom
extremely
Wilson?
inconsistent himself.
Fair.
He would
Okay.
have
Yeah, but
like
so was
5
Patrick
great
Sharp.
games. Yeah, but at least when Sharp was bad, he could get away with being a hockey player. Brian Bickle
Yeah,
Yeah,
could
but
barely get away
nobody.
with being a hockey player.
Yeah, but when Tom Wilson's bad, he's taking stupid penalties and fighting people.
Yeah,
Brian Bickle's not going to do that.
I would rather.
but would you rather have that enforcer?
I would rather
type
have-
player?
I would rather have that from Tom
What for?
Wilson than.
Who's he going to fight?
I would hate to run it. Kane and DeBrincat.
Okay. Tell me the last time somebody got into a fight on the Blackhawks after.
Because we don't have anybody that does
Yeah, I
that.
know. Hey.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Corey-
Taze was probably the last person
Corey
that got into a fight.
Crawford gets kneed in the head by Evgeny Malkin, and not a single goddamn Blackhawk does a fucking thing about
And
it.
he's still out.
Yeah.
And he's still out. Taze is the only one that sticks up for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Scary
why
because
we
he has
need.
a fucking concussion.
Which is why we would need
No,
somebody like
because
that.
we had Carcillo. He rarely fought. Did he even get into a fight?
Oh, are you comparing Carcillo to
no,
Wilson? Oh, okay.
no. I'm just
I
saying.
thought that's where you're going
I'm just
with that. I was
saying,
like,
like,
I don't know.
needing a enforcer.
I got you.
You don't
But
need
when
it
was the last time
anymore
we had?
because nobody
what
does
was that?
shit.
2013 was the last time we had Carcillo.
No, 2015.
He was there for 15.
Was he 15?
Yeah, he
was there
came
for both.
back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I mean, we had Jamal Mayers.
Yeah.
Like people still got ran over. Fucking Rafi Torres destroyed Marian Hossa. Nobody went after Torres.
Because we had nobody to do it. We need a.
Yes, we did.
yeah, we did.
That was 2012, wasn't
That
it?
was 2012. We had Bickle, we had Shaw, we had
There's plenty of guys on that team that could have fought, and nobody did.
son of a bitch.
I don't think
Blanking.
Shaw.
You were just saying his name. Jamal Mayers. No, he wasn't
He was
on
on
the team at
13.
that point. Yeah.
No. And I don't think Shaw was at that point where he was that type of player yet.
He had to be at that point.
He
Are you
ran
kidding
over
me?
Mike Smith the day before that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he was suspended, so he wasn't playing.
I think he got suspended the game after. Not or the game after Hossa got hit, because I remember that taking a while. The league talking about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
I
just
don't know. I
saying.
could be completely
I'll
wrong,
believe
but
you.
yeah,
I'll believe you.
The league's different. You really don't need enforcers anymore.
yeah, true. But that contract, Tom Wilson's contract,
It's stupid
Brutal.
regardless.
it's a bad contract.
How many? I mean, you win the cup, you get a big contract. I understand that because you did what you did, and you can't.
And he was a
You
big part
can't-
of it.
Absolutely, he was huge in the playoffs. Like
Yep.
I remember me and you were looking at each other like, when the fuck did Tom Wilson learn how to play hockey?
Mhm.
And if you win the cup, you can argue at any point saying, if you take me out of that lineup, you can't guarantee that you win the cup.
Yeah.
And that's the only argument you need. But when are you going to stop giving these guys huge contracts? Jay Beagle, 4 years, $3 million. I don't think he needs that.
No.
He was big. He's a good
Yeah,
player.
he's a good
He's
player.
a good depth player, third line guy. Can play big minutes.
Consistent.
PK, consistent.
Mm-hmm.
32 years old.
No. that makes
Don't
it
give
worse.
him $3 million.
No, it's bad. 2.
Maybe. Yeah.
Two.
It's just.
Which I mean,
I understand. I mean, hey, you know what? These guys are getting overpaid, and their lives are better because of it.
You know,
good for them.
Good for them for
But as
being
a
able to
fan-
grab it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, as a fan, well, I'm just glad that I'm not on that end right now.
yeah.
it's just funny though that every fan base is talking about how bad it is, and you see Washington fans. Oh
They won
no,
the
this
cup.
is great.
They won the cup.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was stoked about the Bickle re-signing, and he said he took a hometown discount. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
I was so happy
but
that
most people were so
when
happy.
I saw like on the bottom line of the NHL draft, oh, Brian Bickle resigns. I'm like, yes, and they said what it was for. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Tom Wilson has made, before this year, in his career, $7.6 million. He is going to make that same amount halfway through the season. Not this upcoming year, but the year after that.
he signed, what, $30 million?
yeah.
30, basically $31 million.
He doesn't get that many points this year.
What, 31 million points?
No, just
Just
31 points.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know what? If he steps up, plays on the first line, somehow
He's only
gets
23.
50
Yeah.
points, he's been in the league since he was 18.
That's crazy.
But somehow steps up, plays like he did in the playoffs. Good for you. That's a great signing.
Yep.
That's a better signing. Not a great one.
Right.
But as it is right now,
He's not going to be that player though.
no.
Like,
It's one of those
he's not.
things
He can't
where
be consistent enough.
no.
it's one of those things where they probably should have said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a 1 year, maybe a 2 year,
I don't think he'd go for that.
No.
He
Just for you to-
he wants depth.
just for you to prove yourself. 1 year, 2 year for
If I'm him, I prove
3.5.
myself. I play on the first line. I got 15 points in the playoffs, and we won the cup. I proved myself.
And teams are probably stupid enough to give him the contract that the Capitals just gave him anyway.
They are.
Yeah.
Jay Beagle.
Well, I'm thinking also Willie Karlsson. Willie just got 1 year for what? 5 million?
5.35, I think.
Right. So that's basically the Golden Knights going, listen, awesome year last year. Thanks for doing that. You were great.
Exactly.
But we're not
Five-
sure if you could do this again.
Because you had
5 million.
40-something goals this year, and
Yeah.
before that you had 7.
Right. So we're going to see if you could do that again. And if you can,
But his
we're
argument,
going to get you for a long
I scored
time.
40 fucking goals, and I was
Right.
one of your best players.
Right.
And I got you the playoffs.
Right. Which is why he got so much money out
Yeah.
of that deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we were going with this anymore.
Well, we were just talking about terrible contracts. And another one I want to bring up. That seems
Which
to
Willie
be-
was a really good
Wi-
signing.
Yeah, no, that was a good signing. I was fine with that one, especially since it was
he keeps
1
it up.
year. Yeah,
I hope he keeps it up next year.
I'll be interested to see if he keeps it up.
I'm interested if the whole team
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. John Gibson. Bad. That's a bad contract. People are so happy about it out in Anaheim. Just really like all over the place. People are happy about it. That's such a terrible contract. 8 years, $6.4 million to a goaltender who cannot stay healthy for a full season. And albeit is a phenomenal goalie when he's healthy. One of the best in the league, if not.
There's a set I'm trying to
Like
find
top
right
5.
now that I saw.
But I mean, how do you justify giving this guy 8 years, $6.4 million when he can't put together more than 50 games in a season?
Corey Crawford.
Corey Crawford plays over 50 games every year.
John Gibson,
Except for this past year.
over the last 3 seasons, has ranked 3rd in save percentage, 2nd in goals against average, and 5th in WAR. He's led the league in goals against average this past season.
How many games has he played in over the past 4 years? Per season.
I'll look that up.
My Corey Crawford comment was he only plays like 60 games a season. I know it's just not injuries, but I'm just
Yeah.
that's
But-
kind of the standard now.
But that contract also came post Stanley Cup too.
Yes.
And he got another one after that as well. So
Yes.
that one actually ended up working out.
And when was the last?
Played 60 games
Duck.
last year. He played 50 the year before. He played 40 the year before, 23 the year before, and 3 in his first.
He was fighting against Anderson his first couple years too.
Yeah. So I think the past 2 years,
He's played
past
a lot of games.
2 years, 52 and 60, but he's been hurt every single year.
But if you're hurt, but you're still putting up that many games, though.
But the thing is, okay, there's a difference between putting up 60 games played as a goalie and healthy scratch in some of those,
Yeah.
and being injured.
Yes.
Because then you come back and you're questioning whether you're at full strength,
Uh-huh.
and you're putting your team, because when Crawford does it, it's not 10 games in a row that he's missing. It's here and there, like one or two when there's home and homes or
Well,
back
here's
to
another,
backs.
like I said, I think that's kind of relevant with it too. So last year, 60 games played. They were all games he started. The year
Yeah.
before that was 52 games played, 49 were started. And the year before
Yeah.
that was 40 games played, 38 started. Yeah. And the year before that, 23 played, 21 started.
I mean, the other thing too with Anaheim, Getzlaf, Perry, Kessler, Bieksa.
He's gone.
Every-
he's not on the Ducks.
Oh, he's not on the Ducks anymore?
His contract's up.
Those three guys, just off the top of my head,
And Kessler,
they're on their way
blew
out.
out his knees.
Yeah, I mean they're practically
They
on
have
their way out.
They
done.
have some good young talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
It looks like they're just trying to build around him now. They're
From the back out. Yeah.
which totally works in Montreal. So let's try it. I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, it's
Talk about the Ducks being old. Guys going out.
No, that's not helping me. Appreciates it.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just that you don't need to do that. And I mean, it could be a great deal if he stays healthy, like you said. It could be
absolutely.
a great one. He's
100%.
been good. But I was gonna say, when was the last time the Ducks won a fucking playoff round?
2015.
Yeah, and Freddie Anderson was in net for them.
Are you actually going to turn this into a Toronto Maple
No,
Leafs?
I'm not. I'm saying
I was literally about to flip this goddamn table.
he hasn't won a playoff round for them.
Yeah. He might have in 2016.
Their back end is really young, too.
Their back end is really good, and they got rid of Vatanen, and they're still young.
Their oldest player in the back end is Holzer. He was born in 88.
Still under 30. Barely. But yeah.
30 this year.
And if they did win one playoff round, was it? I feel like Getzlaf just
No.
fucking tore it up.
They played against. They've won a playoff round before with John Gibson because they played against Nashville in the conference final.
Yeah, they knocked out.
That's right.
And Jonathan
Okay.
Bernier
Well,
had to come in because John Gibson got fucking hurt
Yes. So
at
scratch
such a terrible time.
scratch what I said, but keep going along with what you said.
Yeah. Bingo.
So I did. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too.
That makes sense.
Because they had the whole controversial goal, no goal against Edmonton a couple times. Wasn't that whole series?
Oh,
like
yes.
a lot of what's a goal, what's not a goal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
Edmonton. Oh fuck! What a fucking shit show.
not
Speaking
only-
speaking of shit shows, fucking Ottawa. Just wait,
Just a disaster.
it
How many people are going to be gone?
so when
25.
so when they made it to the conference final and they're like, oh man, that was great. It's all downhill from here. They weren't joking. It's a wheel going downhill and it can't go any faster.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean when they're all sword fighting in that wheel and it's just going downhill and they're just stuck on it going round and
Yep.
round and round.
Yeah, biggest fucking dumpster fire I've ever
Oh
seen.
my
It's
God.
like there were talks about them moving, and it's like, what in what world has any of their moves that they made in the past 2 years
Yeah.
make them stay around?
Well,
Like, what makes them look like they want to be there?
I can just see it being like, hey, Quebec, Ottawa, they'll come to you.
Yeah,
No, we'll hold out for the next one.
I want
the next one,
expansion.
thank you.
I want to start fresh.
Yeah.
We saw the Golden Knights. We don't want that fucking shit show. Maybe Carlson, maybe, but still, if
Give us an expansion team with Carlson.
yeah.
Dice sent out that text. It was a men's league tournament thing, basically where you can go different places, whatever. One of them was Ottawa, and I literally looked at it and I went, I don't know if I want to go to Ottawa.
Hell no.
I don't even know. Gross. I might catch something.
Yeah, might catch some tweets from an angry girlfriend.
That's too soon.
Well, not really.
Apparently not soon enough, actually. Yeah.
So yeah, they. I mean, they have so many expiring contracts.
believe-
They don't want to give. They don't want to pay their players right now. What team does?
It's 12 UFAs and 13 RFAs, I believe.
Stupid.
Or vice versa.
So stupid. How many of those are gone? And they don't have a first round pick this year. They traded away their first round pick for Matt Duchene, so they literally can't even tank to try and do well next year. They can't. They have literally royally fucked themselves.
Unless they trade Carlson for that first rounder.
But still, you give it to you're going to trade it and get a first round pick, and you're going to trade it to a cup contending team, which their first round picks can be in the bottom of the first round. So you still tank and you still get shit.
And I was thinking about this
Not
after
shit, but you don't get a top 5 pick.
No, it's probably shit.
Yeah, well,
when we were talking about this in the group chat. I was thinking, like, what team is actually gonna like willingly help Ottawa when they know they could probably get Carlson free
the
agency,
Florida Panthers.
Stone free agency.
Let's get Mike Hoffman and Erik Karlsson back together.
I'm being serious. Like, I understand, like, there's the idea of having the first rights, like negotiation rights with a Carlson or a Stone and all that. But in the end, though, why would you risk giving up so much for one of these players when you just have the same opportunity to get them in the offseason?
Because you want to make a run for the cup. That's the only thing.
Yep.
Because if literally the only thing, and if Ottawa, for some reason, they can't find a good buyer and they hold on to him, then you're happy as fuck. Because then you can just go out and pay him.
Keep him what you want. Keep what you're going to give up for him.
But I mean, if say you're Tampa, it's the trade deadline next year. You're in a good spot. You want to make that push. You trade a couple prospects. You get Erik Karlsson for the playoffs. You go out, you win the cup, and you don't re-sign him. You go let him make his money. You just won a cup.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay him his money because he's still at a low contract right now.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're a team like, I don't know, Colorado that has the room to pay him that money and you want to make a playoff push this year to get more experience.
In 1992-1993, the Ottawa Senators went 10-70-4. Is that what this year is starting to kind of look like?
Well, they still have Karlsson. I don't know if he'll play to his
I
full
was gonna
potential,
say.
but they still have Karlsson. Well, he has to. It's his contract year.
He's going to get paid regardless.
Eh.
I think he'll get paid. You know.
Yeah, but if he doesn't
I
do
think
what he always does,
But you know what, though?
any
I
team
also-
could be like, "Oh, I'm not paying you that much. Look at what you did last year."
At the same time, though, I agree with that. But at the same time, it's like every GM's going to be like, well, it's kind of understandable for dealing with that
Right.
shit show.
Yeah, but I mean, any team's
Right, but they'll
gonna
use
take-
it. Yeah,
oh,
they'll
yeah.
use it against him at the same time. But they'll be like,
But I mean,
okay, we'll help
well,
you
next year you got fucking Karlsson, Mark Stone, like arguably like 2 of your best players, and Matt Duchene.
Freddie Anderson, or not Freddie.
Craig.
Craig doesn't want to come back.
He doesn't even want to
wants
be
out.
there.
He wants out.
So, bring him to Chicago. Bring him home. Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. I don't know.
full
Fuck.
circle for him.
Yeah.
It's a
He
circle.
left
It's a
in the dark
circle.
days, and he's coming back with possible more dark days.
He's like, I was just in Ottawa. Come on, don't do this to me, guys. Fuck. I wanted to leave, but not to this.
I was gonna say at least he's looking at a full building, but
Who knows?
we don't know.
Well, when they start taking out seats again,
Yeah, I know.
it will be a packed barn.
Yeah.
Just, do what the Hawks did. Build bars in the corners. But, like, take out the whole 300 level and just put a whole bar up there.
Yeah. Just the whole
Just the whole 300
level,
level is
just
a
one
bar.
big bar.
Hey, we sold out. You only have 10,000 seats in your building. Yeah, it's
okay.
sold out, though.
That's all right.
Sold out.
Did it.
A lot of them are businesses, and they don't show up. But sold out. Sold every ticket.
Fuck. All
Wrap
right.
this up.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, sorry it's a long one.
we'll wrap up with the sign, trade, and buyout. We decided to do some of the worst contracts signed this offseason in our opinions.
Mhm.
Gibson, who we said was 8 years for $6.4 million each year. It has a modified no trade clause kicking in 21-22 season. Wilson.
Wait, so they don't have a trade right now? Like,
Right now,
there's no
right-
trade clause?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Wilson, 6 years, $5.1 million. His modified no trade clause hits in the next season, 2021.
Yeah.
And we're going with, there's a couple other ones we could have gone with, but we're going with Jay Beagle, the 4x3. He has a full no trade clause all 4 years.
Andrew, why don't you start?
Yeah.
Trade Wilson. Because he's got the, obviously, no trade clause. That starts
Afterwards.
in 2 years,
Yeah.
right? So you've got the opportunity right now, especially if he does end up keeping up with what he ended with last year. You could get possibly a pretty nice return.
And you just want a cup.
And he just won a cup, right? So trade him. Sign Gibson. Buy out Beagle. Sign Gibson just because
He has the
nice.
most potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to have in your back end. And plus, that's a big buyout. That's a big buyout.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said.
Trying to change things up, but I can't. I gotta say the same. Yeah.
I guess if I were to change it up, I would buy out Wilson.
If I changed anything,
Gibson would be traded, I think. And
I would trade Gibson. No, fuck.
Why wouldn't you trade Gibson? Oh, he's got the trade clause.
Fucking think. I don't even know.
You would have to buy out Gibson.
no, I still think because he also still has the most potential too. So I think he also has potential to get the best.
I'm
trade
talking about with
return.
the no trade clause though.
Not for 2 years.
First
Gibson?
2 years you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just Wilson.
No,
it's both of them.
Gibson's 21, 22. Wilson's kid's he's got one more season.
Oh, mine's different then.
though. Okay. Good. What's yours then?
I trade Gibson for sure. Buy out Wilson. Sign Beagle.
No.
I'd stick to your first one, but
Yeah.
that was going to be my second argument just to be different.
Yeah.
But
No,
I would
mine
stick
is
to your
definitely
first.
that one.
I would keep Gibson, trade Wilson, and buy out Beagle. Because
So-
the smallest buyout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fourth line guy,
Yeah.
third line guy at best. Wilson, you have a lot of
Because that's
trade
what
potential.
it go when you buy a player out, it doubles the time or something, or what is it?
No, I think it
It's
just
the
stays
same contract, same salary hit.
So, okay, never mind.
There might be some sort of a
I
penalty,
thought
but
there
it's
was
not like
yeah.
it
I thought it
doubles
was
the
like because it
contract.
goes because it goes down. The cap hit goes down.
No, cap hit always stays the
No,
same.
it doesn't. If you
Salary
buy a player out,
changes.
no. If you buy a player out, the cap hit goes down.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
All right.
Lloyd.
Okay. Our Ben's heads are falling off.
Thank you. I was gonna
Let's check
say,
really quick.
don't you dare.
No, I know.
I've gone through that once.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. None of them are on the Hawks. Fuck them.
For now, until Stan gives a brutal trade for Tom Wilson.
And Jay
Kane-
Beagle.
Kane
no,
for
Jay
Wilson.
Beagle. Jay Beagle. Jonathan Tays for Jay Beagle. Bring Bickle back too. Just start throwing money at him.
Icky, he can't even play anymore.
I know, but still
Doesn't
just give him
matter.
a salary.
Doesn't matter.
Just give him a salary.
Doesn't matter.
All right, that was a long one, boys.
That was a long
Yeah,
one.
that was a long one. Just randomly, Bickle was hilarious at the Hawk Convention as well.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in the second city, and they were interviewing him,
Yeah.
and he was really funny, talking about what a great dad he is now, because he has nothing else to do,
Even
and he
though
sits
he's-
around and just cleans, takes care of his daughters, and begs his wife to go fishing.
I was gonna say I always see him fishing on Instagram.
Yeah, he said he begs his wife to go fishing all the time. He's like, "Can I today?" No. Yeah, I'll watch the kids. So yeah,
That's like-
he was hilarious.
I was like, Ma, can I go over to Brian's house today? Do the dishes first. Oh, okay, you're right. No, that was stupid.
No,
That was
I
dumb.
won't go over there today. Then I'm sorry.
You're right. Sorry, Mom. Yeah. All right. Cool. No, that was the chemo Timonen. So once again, that was a little long, but hope
been
you
a
all
minute.
enjoyed it. Yeah, it was about a minute. Had a lot of things that we got to get through.
It was about an hour 24.
Yeah, we might have missed a couple of different things, but
I'm sure you'll
Got
let us
the-
know about it.
got the important things.
Yeah, didn't want to make it too long, but had a lot
Yeah.
to catch up on. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get together soon and make another one.
So for Poetzy, Nolly, and Jarom, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Follow the guys on Twitter at WCBP, on Instagram, WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. The Windy City Benders Podcast.